we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Arizona Wildcats. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Arizona will kick off to get things underway. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Giddens. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And the decibel level starting to increase here on this early 3rd and 10. Getting some heat. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
You got to give the defense tons of credit, because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll check the spot. Think they'll have it right around the 40-yard line. First down here for the offense. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Leaves it with the back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Across the 25, he's got room. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
On the option. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Great decision-making by the quarterback on that option play. The defense did a nice job taking away the pitch man, so no reason to panic. Quarterback reads it, puts his foot in the ground, and goes and scores.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He's right on target. Tackled immediately after the catch.
Man, these in-breaking routes are so hard for these slot guys because you're so worried about them flying up the field vertically. Nice job sitting down, breaking in, finding a little hole, making a catch.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
Kansas State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And it'll be down right there.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Riley. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And the Wildcats will have a first down.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Fafita. Coming after him. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Here's the punt, and he's done better. Not much on that one. Oh, just left him flailing. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close.
7, Kansas State 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. On the run, it's Giddens. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Here on third down, will they go back to the running game? Johnson looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Kansas State quick to the line. Barges ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he added the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them, too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You could tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Arizona.
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. He does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. What does he do? He gets in for 6.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking for room. It's Giddens. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Johnson wants to throw it. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive...
And the ball is intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. Power football with the run.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back at like quickness?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the run. One-step grab, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Johnson looking to throw. Unloads it left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the pass is intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job at this decision.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I'll tell you, I know they're losing the game. It's only the first half, but this offense, obviously, they've spent some time practicing 2-minute throughout the week. You can see they're really in rhythm, they're really in focus, and they're attacking the right areas of the field in order to try to maintain as much clock as possible.
They're bringing heat. Pocket starts to collapse. Going to try to get it himself. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Johnson wants to throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the tailback. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Just enough time to get off one more snap. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, Arizona 17, Kansas State.
And the Wildcats will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky. If it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. Snap it to the back. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs two more on fourth down. Arizona right back to the line. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And that pass intercepted. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
How do you not get excited and out of your seat when you see the big boys making the little boys play? Listen, I know you DBs can do all that running around stuff and catch the football. I can too. I just do it in a sexier, bigger body. Yes, please.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He's going to pass. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Dances away from one.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Fafita. He finds his man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the running back. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another.
A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Arizona.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty, you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire. And a game like this makes you harken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So that they've got to have some things go their way. They got to get some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Johnson looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Breaks the tackle. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback?
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the 1st down. Just so hard to defend.
He leaves it with his back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. Trying to escape and get it himself. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return to that small change. They take over at the 43.
That QB might want to register as a 501c3. With the amount of donations he is making to the other team right now, interception number 4 now, putting his team in a bad position time and time again. We might want to...
He's going to fire deep. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Final play of the quarter coming. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Johnson wants to throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a 1st down.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Wildcats! Reeled it in and just made the house call. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Kansas State, 21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder down.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking for a man. It's Fafita. Got his man on the right. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Now the pitch. Across the 25. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Arizona! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Gets it out quickly. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Makes the grab. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Kansas State pushing the pace.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Complete downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Wildcats. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
That just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Purdue pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. A masterful road performance, or as Coach likes to call it, Boilermakers football. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Firmly firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer. They were able to get the sack.
Strong, firm tackle.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to get it through the air. He rifles one deep down the right side.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
How about that 4th down? I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on 4th down. There's just nothing they can do to stop it.
Touchdown, Arizona! And the beatdown has ensued. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. It doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent. Forget this day ever happened.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Feeling some heat. He'll try to do it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Kansas State quick to the line. Johnson looking to throw. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Looking to move it through the air. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job to get down there and avoid the hit with the slide. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Good timing on the quick out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Kansas State. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing the tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. The 20.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
One more play to pad the stats. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. The offense lining up for a first down play. On the option. Now the toss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
And some people might say they should have